This video is in 3 parts. Welcome to part 1. Hey, my name is Phoebe Ray and I'm obsessed with musicals. But like really obsessed. I love them. They're my favourite thing in the world. And I think at this point in my life, I'm 21. I've seen about 100, I reckon. And I have merch from a lot of those shows. Not all of them, because that would be nuts. But a lot of them. And I decided that quarantine, I'm bored out of my head, nothing to do, so I figured that I would make up a new game, challenge, whatever. I've got all my merch in a bag and there are some other pieces that I'll grab accordingly, and I'm gonna pick something out of the bag and talk about that show, give you a fun fact, tell you how many times I saw it, what my favourite song is, whatever, and I figured it would be fun. Be a fun thing to do, a fun way for me to remember what I've seen, take a trip down memory lane and just flex my theatre knowledge basically, because why not? So let's go! Alright, okay, so the first one, now, to say I was obsessed with this show is the understatement of the year. Funny that it's the first piece I pull out as well. Da 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 da! Like a bat out of hell! Fun facts about me. I saw this show 12 times. 12, that's right, 12. And the first time I saw it, it was so epic and crazy and loud that I had a panic attack. And I sat there the entire show crying my eyes out. I hated it. I hated every single second. I couldn't wait to get out. In the interval, I went to the bathroom, sat there like this and cried because I was so scared and confused and overwhelmed, and so many thoughts were going through my head. Everything happened so fast that I just couldn't comprehend it, and I despised the entire thing. My mum loved it on the other hand. And then I got to college the next day and all my friends were like, how was it? How was the show? And I was like, it was awful, I hated it, I never want to see it ever again. And then, I don't know what happened, but 3 days later, it hit me like an absolute ton of bricks. I was like, wait, it's all come clear now. That was the best thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And I proceeded to go back 11 more times. 11 times. I was so obsessed. I would literally see my Today Ticks app and I was like, yes, bye, and I would just go. Not planned, just completely go on a whim. And it was just, oh, I've never been like that before. I've never seen a show that many times, and it literally just changed my life. It was so good. It was such, oh yeah, such an eye-opener. I don't know why, but listening to those people sing taught me so much about singing and my own voice and my own strengths, and it was just the coolest thing in the world. I love that show and I really hope it comes back at some point. The tour was meant to happen but Miss Corona ruined everything, so I don't know if it will come, but if it does, I'm gonna be there. And yeah, it might be creepy, it might be weird that I've been so many times, but hey, if you like something, don't let anyone stop you. Alright, next one is Lion King. Okay, here we go. Fun fact about The Lion King. This was the first show I ever saw when I was 3. And apparently, my mum said that I sat there in silence the whole time, like, I think actually I stood up pretty much the whole show and was like, and it was just so cool. Apparently, I don't remember, I was 3, but I have seen it 2 more times, I think, and it's very magical. It's a very good show. Second time I saw it, I was 6, I remember that, and I bought a Pumbaa toy afterwards, and I loved it at 6. I think 6 is the best age because you can remember that experience later, and it was magical. I was very scared for Timon in the stampede. I really thought he was going to just drop into that waterfall, but he was okay, it was all good. So yeah, I saw that, it was great. Then I saw it when I was 18, and I was way too old. The nostalgia had worn off by then, but still it's an amazing show, and to see that many amazing black dancers is super cool. Hopefully I'll be in it one day, who knows. Okay, next one. I found my bat hat. Woo! Obsessed. Oh, something fell, oopsie. This is Come From Away. Yeah, okay. So I saw this twice. Might go back, who knows, if we have the West End again. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, this show. If you don't want to cry at a musical, don't see this show. I'm not much of a crier, and I bawled my eyes out in this show. Something happens towards the end and I was like yeah, it's such a good show. What's my favourite song? My favourite song, I don't know what song it is, but I like the one that goes heave away, something something heave away. It's that one. It's really fun. And Welcome to the Rock is great. Me and the Sky is great. The actors in this show are out of this world, incredible. If you haven't seen it, you have to find a way to get there, or at least listen to it and try and visualize what would be happening, because there's, I think, like 9 or 10 actors, and they each play about 3 to 5, I'd say, different roles, because they're playing passengers on this plane, and there were like hundreds of these people, and they're playing multiple different people, so they have different accents and different characteristics, and they'll just put on a hat and that will completely change them, or a jacket or a tie or something, and they'll be a whole new person, and it's crazy. It happens right in front of your face, and they just morph into each character, and then they just go 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 go, say all these lines, have these interactions, and they go back to their old character, and it's nuts. They're so incredible. And my mum and I, there's this one guy, this black guy, who, where he's been brought up and where he, you know, what he knows from his upbringing is that people don't like black people. So, and he's black, so he keeps on saying that he was scared somebody was going to steal his wallet, and Mum and I just find it so funny. And by the end of the show, because of the amazing community that these people who were on the planes found when they landed in Gander, the island in Canada where this whole show takes place, they all formed such a wonderful, loving community that this man felt safe for the first time in his life, and it's so adorable and so cute. And he says, I'm not worried about getting shot, I'm not worried about my wallet, I'm having a great time, or whatever he says, and it's so funny. I don't know why we find it so funny, but we do. We find it so funny. So yeah, that's my favourite line from the show. And that's my fun fact about that one. My mum's seen it 3 times, I think, maybe, and I've seen it twice. Yes, she saw it with her friend. Yes, and she, fun fact again, listened to the soundtrack before me. I never saw it with hearing the soundtrack, so I only went and just heard the songs there and then. I knew Welcome to the Rock because I was performing it at school with my friend Adele. Hey Adele. But otherwise I didn't know any of the other songs, and that was great for me going into a show completely blind, because normally I listen to it beforehand or I know it already from being a nerd, but it was really cool to go into it and not know the twists and turns, not know the surprises, and to actually have that moment where I sat there and I cried, because my mum knew what was coming, so she'd already heard it, so the effect was still sad for her, but it wasn't the same. It wasn't that raw, gut-punching emotion. And I was glad that I had that, because I normally don't. So if you see that show, do not listen to it beforehand, and then you'll cry. And crying is fun in a musical, because we know it's going to happen and we put ourselves there. So do it if you want to. Okay, I'm going to stop rambling now. Next one. Oh, this is On Your Feet. Yeah, okay. This show, fun fact, I bought this cast album on my phone without knowing anything about the show, without having heard any of the songs on YouTube or anything. Normally I've heard songs on YouTube first and I'm like, oh, I want to hear more, and then I'll buy the album. But I was just like, I've got a gift card, I'm going to buy the album, and I bought it and I fell in love. I loved it so much. It was so cool, and I could just imagine what it would look like in person, how amazing and colourful, and the lights and the costumes and the dancing and the singing and the live band. I just knew it was going to be the most amazing thing, the biggest spectacle in the world, and I wanted it to come here so badly, and it did. I had no idea it would come. Years later, about 2-3 years later, found out it was coming, and I was over the moon. So I saw it twice. First with my friend Emily, hey Emily, and second with my mum, and it was great. I loved it. Favourite song, do I have a favourite song? Yes, I love 1, 2, 3, 4, come on baby, say you love me 5, 6, 7 times. That one, it's great. And Tradition. On the soundtrack, when I heard that child, who by the way, fun fact, is the voice of the backpack in Dora the Explorer. That's right, backpack. That's her in On Your Feet. She's insane. When she opened her mouth, I could not believe it was a child. She was nuts. And I really wish that I'd seen her, because 1, childhood memories, and 2, amazing. But the girl we had, nuts. So good. Where do these kids get their talent? I don't understand it. They're actually insane. Ugh. Anyway, so that's what I thought about On Your Feet. Yay! Go. Oh, is that one? This is one. What is this? Oh! Another Bat t-shirt. It's Queen D, Danielle Steers. Yes! My favourite character is Zahara. Okay, let's move on to another one. What have we got? Ah, okay. Here is The Prom. I think this is the only merch. Let me think about it. Yeah, I think it's the only merch I have from a show that I haven't seen yet. I've seen bootlegs. Don't come for me. I support bootlegs, okay? I think they're a good thing. And yeah, I think this is the only show that I've not seen, but I've just become obsessed with. I've got the album, BRB, One More Second. Here we are. I've got the book. When I read this book, oh, so I knew the show already. I knew everything about it. I didn't think I'd cry, and I did. I cried so hard. It literally ripped me open and destroyed me. I just sat there like, it was so good. At times it's really cheesy. And the name of each chapter, let's find an example. Yeah, that one's one. Wait, I'll try to find my favourite one. The name of nearly every chapter, I'll correct myself, is a quote from a musical or the line of a song from a show, and it's really cute. Let me find, there's like a Les Mis one. Oh, here's one. We've got The Nicest Kids in Town. What show is that from? And at first I found that very cringy, but I got used to it, and then it was fun to find each reference and to highlight it, because I'm that nerdy. I highlighted each reference in the book, and there's quite a few just in the book in general, and I fully did that. I underlined every time it broke into one of the songs from the show, but they like wove it into the lines or to the story. Here's one. We have For Good. What show's that from? Fun fact. Have a guess. Oh, another one. Look to the western sky. I mean, this is every theatre nerd's dream right here. Small Town. No, that's not one. Anyway, you get the idea. So I thought that was fun. It was a great book. I cried a lot. There were some cringy parts, I thought, but I got past it and I ended up loving it. So yes, The Prom better come here. Like, it better. It just has to. It has to. Please, theatre gods, make it happen. I want to see it. I want to be in it so bad. Please. Okay, that's enough of that one. Next. What are you? Okay, guys. Rent. Here we go. Gonna start crying. This is my favourite musical of all time. this is the reason I do what I do. I hadn't made up my mind yet what job I wanted to have, sorry. And I saw this show and I was like, oh no, I have to perform, I have to do it, because I had never seen a show yet that made me think in that way and that made me physically leave the theatre crying and hurt and in pain and on an emotional roller coaster. I had never experienced that before. Every show I had seen was happy, 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 sad, 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 happy, happy, happy ending, marriage or big party or happiness all round, not death and near death and all these crazy emotions that you feel. And I was 13 when I saw it, and I just saw it was like an Amdram production in Greenwich, and I couldn't believe it. By the way, spoiler alert, if you don't know Rent, stop watching now because it will ruin it for you, but I've got to explain this moment. The moment at the very end when Mimi, my favourite character, my dream role, is on her deathbed. She's lying there dying in the arms of her love, and she comes back to life. I lost all track of where I was, what I was doing, and I sat there in that theatre and went, oh my god, thank god! That loud. Genuinely that loud. And my mum was like, shut up. But I just couldn't stop myself. I couldn't help myself. I've never felt that alive and exhilarated by a show in my life, and it was just the most incredible feeling in the world. And that was the reason I knew I had to do this, because I thought to myself, if I can be in a show like this, along these lines, and create these feelings in people and move people in this way, I'll be so happy. I don't need riches or money, fame. I just need to do this and make people feel that way and give people this gift of music and escapism and euphoria and all the things that I felt whilst watching that show. So yes, that show absolutely changed my life. It changed everything about me. I wrote essays on it in school. I've read everything there is to read about it. I have tons of books, other t-shirts, fridge magnets, literally everything, and I'm going to find that all now and I'm going to show it to you. So here we go, be back in a sec. Okay, I've gathered all the stuff, here we go. A mug from the 20th anniversary production at the Other Palace. Fun fact, the first time we went to see the show, we were in the foyer waiting, and nothing was happening. Waiting. The show's meant to have started by now. What's going on? It's been half an hour and we're not in our seats. What's going on? And then we got told that the actor who was playing Mark had food poisoning and was puking in the bathroom, and we all had to come back another day. And I was so sad because I hadn't seen Rent live until since even the first time that I saw it when I was 13 in Greenwich, and I was so excited to be there and I was so destroyed. I thought I'd never see it again, but we managed to go back and it was the best thing in the world. So woohoo! CD, obsessed, love it. 1 disc, 2 disc, great time. We have The Biggest Book You've Ever Seen in Your Life, all about Rent and Jonathan Larson, the writer. Beautiful, super detailed pages. I haven't read all of this. I need to get on it. Oh, this is my essay! Oh my gosh. That I wrote. Apparently it was enjoyable to watch and I needed more self-reflection in the process. But I got 12 out of 15. I mean, come through. I must have been, what, 15, 16? It was called Is Rent Just a Musical? Yes, that's the extent of my nerdiness. Even a school project couldn't not be musical theatre with me. Wow. Okay, next we have, oh, another Rent t-shirt. I'll cover you. This is one of, oh, it's very creased. Wow. Yes, we don't iron in this house. Oopsie. Anyway, this is a really cute song sang by Collins and Angel. We love them, they're adorable. And we have Without You, a memoir by Anthony Rapp, who played Mark in the original cast and the movie. It's really good. I'm reading it so far. It's very sad. A lot of sad stuff happened to him, but it's well written. I really like it. So if you like Rent, read it. I recommend it. It's very good. Oh, I have DVDs too. I'll be back. So, didn't think I was obsessed already? Wait for this. So because I was so into the show at school, I already had a copy of the live filmed version and a copy of the movie, because naturally I did. Of course I did. I was obsessed with it. Then for my birthday, two wonderful people, Meg and Wemi, who got me the exact same. I think Meg got me this one. Here it is. Wemi got me this one. So I have... Who owns this many? And I haven't even got a DVD player anymore. So I literally just have all of these. And I'm not getting rid of them. I like having 4. I like having 2 of each. Because I'm extra as fuck. Okay. Gotta calm myself down. Talking about Rent makes me very happy. Okay. Moving on. Moving on. Thanks for watching part 1. Please stick around for part 2.